What do you like to do? A simple question, right? My friends ask me this and I panic. I start searching for a version of myself that feels safe. Sleeping, too boring. Studying, too nerdy. My mind goes blank and the truth slips out. Ballroom dance. I look at my friend's face and there I see it again. The raised eyebrow, tilted head, and the confused half smile. Regret sinks in and I think to myself, why did I say that? My friends move on with their day as if nothing has happened, but I don't. Inside, I'm filled with embarrassment, anger, and disappointment. For me, what began as an embarrassing activity became the one thing that defined who I am. When I was 10 years old, my mom dragged me to her friend's ballroom competition where I was exposed to the elegance of ballroom for the first time. As I watched couples glide across the floor, something stirred inside me, a quiet fascination I didn't yet have words for. After the competition, I took a picture with one of the winning couples, a small moment that left a lasting impression. That image stayed with me long after we left, marking the beginning of my journey. Growing up, saying the phrase, "I dance," got me more weird looks than anything else in my life. Those reactions piled up. I started telling people I went to a charter school instead of an art school just to avoid the humiliation. And as I got older, the sharper the comments became. Why would you do that? Isn't that a girl's thing? Every comment made me want to shrink myself, and I knew exactly why. Ballroom dance is not like the traditional art forms. Ballroom is a partner dance, close and intimate. Every step with precision, feeling, and connect with the partner. Communication is key, working together to solve discrepancies in steps, timing, and direction. As a ballroom dancer, these are daily practices. However, for others, this is seen as flamboyant or not masculine. I remember walking into the ballroom studio for the first time. It felt like I stepped into a parallel universe. Mirrors everywhere, music blasting, dancers moving around with elegance and grace. Meanwhile, I stood there like a kid with a staring problem. I remember watching a couple dance the waltz. The guy winked at me. My stomach turned and I realized something terrifying. I didn't just admire this, I wanted this. That scared me because if I wanted this, then it mattered. And if it mattered, people would judge me for it. I wasn't scared of dancing. I was scared of being seen, fearful of what this activity said about me. But after that first lesson, I noticed something I could not ignore. Dance made me feel present and free. Balancing this identity with my other more masculine activities is when the real challenge emerged. As a water polo athlete and police explorer, my friends and teammates constantly mocked me for dancing. Balancing traditionally masculine activities with my passion for the arts felt impossible. The constant humiliation and hazing slowly pushed me towards the idea that fitting in meant abandoning the part of myself that loved to dance. At some point in my journey, I realized I had a choice. I could continue and try to fit into the version of masculinity everyone else expected, or redefine it for myself. Instead of shrinking myself to everyone else's expectations, I decided to stay on the path that made me happy, because I felt strong and confident without silencing myself. Dance taught me that strength doesn't have one shape, confidence doesn't have one sound, and masculinity doesn't have one definition. Being judged didn't mean I was wrong. It meant I was visible and unique. Standing here today, I've realized something important. The things that are the hardest to say out loud are often the things that matter the most. For me, that was dance. But over time, I realized I wasn't the only one carrying that fear. A few years ago, my brother and I started a ballroom dance club to create a space where boys and underprivileged students could explore dance without being judged for it. What surprised me the most wasn't how many people showed up, but the amount of people that have been waiting for permission to try. Some had never danced before. Some had been told it wasn't for them. But the moment the music turned on, you can see the shift, the confidence, the relief, the sense of belonging. That's when I realized that confidence doesn't come before you start, it comes because you start. And being honest about what you love doesn't just change you, it gives others the permission to be honest too. Now I know that just saying be honest about what you love sounds simple, but it's really not. There's always that voice in your head asking yourself, is this really worth it? What will others think? I've had those thoughts. I still do sometimes. For me, it wasn't one big moment where I suddenly became confident about dance. It was choosing not to back away from it, even when it would have been easier to downplay it. So if you're sitting out there today hiding something because it doesn't fit expectations, I know how easy it is to keep quiet. Being honest about what you love can feel uncomfortable, but it's usually that discomfort that pushes you towards becoming your true self. Don't wait until it gets easy. It probably won't. Start small, be honest with yourself, and put in the work. Take it seriously, even if no one else does yet. That's how I stopped hiding. And now, when people ask me, what do you like to do? I don't freeze anymore. I just say, I dance. Thank you.